taking action is something that we support our clients with doing on a daily basis, things that need to be practiced and so on within our therapy, and also in setting larger goals. What we find with action is that we have goals that we want to go and achieve, and we have things that need to be done in the here and the now. I like to try and bring both of those together. So in this video, we're going to be specifically looking at how to set up goals and then try and define what are some of those things that we need to do on a daily basis to go out and achieve that. So the first place we would start in setting up committed action, and I suppose something that's in the long term, in the future, is we need to understand how has a client set goals in the past, what have they gone out and experienced, what have their patterns been, because there are generally biases that we go out and hold. So one of the questions that I would initially start with is basically, what goals have you acted on before in the past? So things that have actually worked. What goals have you been successful in achieving? So what goals have you successfully achieved? And that's a question that we can go out and we can learn an enormous amount, because it will tell us what's important to them, why they went out and achieved it, and so on. But at this point, we just want to ask, what's a goal that you've successfully achieved? As you can imagine, the second one would be around what are those times that you haven't gone out, you haven't successfully achieved a goal that you've set. So what goals? What goals previously have you set and not acted on? Very important, because often you'll actually find there's lots of things that people have set and not acted on. It gives us a really good understanding. We want to be looking at all the different categories, because that's one of the things that happens when we're trying to take committed action. Usually we'll find that maybe someone has 2 or 3 things that they've been successful in achieving, and I'll find that there's actually a myriad, a stack of other things that they haven't actually acted on. They've set them and they've told people about, but they haven't gone out and done it. And so what happens is, to make a committed action becomes a little bit more frightening to go out and do. So that would be the first place we would start. Then we start looking at what has been inspiring. We're trying to find out what is it that gets someone going, and in that, what's the reasons, right? So we're looking at reasons here. And on the other side, we're looking at not what's been inspiring, but what's been a barrier. And once again, reasons are important. So we're really trying to break this down. What you'll notice once again is that the barriers will be large and the inspirations will be quite little. And so we want to help our clients. We're trying to reverse that a little bit, because we're asking them to take action, to take committed action. And there's a big goal ahead, but we need to be doing daily tasks to be able to achieve that. And so what we go out and do is we understand all of this from a client's perspective, and then we want to break this down. There's going to be a bias that we all go out and take, and I'll tell you about my personal bias in a moment. But generally speaking, if this is where we are in the here and the now, and this is a goal that we're looking to set, some of us are biased in we have these grand plans, we have these desires that are quite large and they're far away, and so they're so big that they can at times be overwhelming. So the plan's all the way over there. Other people, they will hold their plans so closely because there's a fear of, oh, what happens if I don't go out and achieve it? And so they bring it so close that it really doesn't go out and bring any excitement to it at all. So what we find is we're in a situation where we're either going too far away, and so we end up feeling overwhelmed because it's so far, or we go out and we say, that it's uninspiring. So we become uninspired here, and we're not going to take that lunge, those steps to go out and achieve that, because it's very, very meaningless. Over here, we're very concerned with, oh my goodness, look how much I need to go out and do, and we lose momentum. What we're looking to do is, if you're a person that goes out and you pick goals that are uninspiring, we want to push you that little bit further. So we might want to go out and get you to move to there. And if you're overwhelmed with all of those things because you've got a huge amount of inspiration, you want to go and achieve these really grand plans, that's fantastic, but we want to get them to be a little bit more achievable. And so what we find is that this is the space in which we want to operate. And it's going to be different for each person, so it's about trying to find those biases, which is exactly what we're going out and doing here. Over here, it's quite uninspiring. All of this area here is uninspiring. Over here is overwhelming. We're moving back in this direction or out in that direction to get something that's achievable. So that's what we're looking to do in setting goals. My bias is I have these grand plans. I get really excited. I want to go out and put something really large together, and I need to go hone that in, and I need to understand that about myself so I can take committed action. Once this is in place, it makes it much more achievable, much more available to me, not only to envision, but also to be able to go out and just take that first step. So I think the first step, in actual fact, is not going towards the goal, but setting up the goal. The first step is set up a robust goal that is in line with your biases, not in terms of too far or too close, but something that's either inspiring because it's a little bit further than what I would usually have, or something that's inspiring because it's actually achievable. Good luck with that. Set your own goals as well, and remember the first step is setting up your goal. Understand it, then notice your biases and take it from there. Set something solid, unique and inspiring. Take care.